What's going on, guys? Welcome on back to Second and Short and another new additions video where I'm going to break down Jadaveon Clowney and his move from now the Tennessee Titans to the Cleveland Browns in what is making maybe the best complete roster in the NFL. But before we do all that, hit that subscribe button down below if you guys like the content we're putting out. New stuff coming up every week. We got a weekly fantasy podcast we got going on, NFL content videos coming for you guys, just like this one. Also, leave a like so we know that you guys enjoyed this content. And as always, down below me, around everywhere here somewhere, click these links, click these, follow these things. We're on TikTok every single day. Different things on all our social media platforms. But all that being said, Clowney, let's talk about a little background. Let's just say you're getting into football, you're younger, maybe you don't follow it, maybe you're a casual fan, which is okay. All right, Jadaveon Clowney. It feels like this guy's been in the league forever, but really, he was drafted back in 2014, the number one overall pick, actually. Now, he spent his first 5 seasons with Houston, battled some injuries before he went to the Seattle Seahawks. After that trade, he finished out the season with the Seahawks, signed a 1-year deal with the Tennessee Titans, finished that out. Here he is again, signing a 1-year deal with the Cleveland Browns. Now, some big things about Clowney is that people look at his statistics, his numbers, and they're just like kind of disappointed. He's yet to ever hit a double-digit sack total. He's a number 1 overall draft pick as a defensive end, yet he's only made 3 Pro Bowls, and he's only had 1 second-team All-Pro. So why are we talking about him as a new addition like it's going to make any difference? Well, he has such a great impact in the run game, which we'll get to a little bit later. But let's talk about the contract here. So I mentioned it was a 1-year deal. $8 million. That's the contract. Now there's $2 million extra in incentives based on like playing time and sacks and all those extracurricular things. But essentially, he's going to be making anywhere from $8 to $10 million this year. Now, schematically, when we're talking about his fit with the Cleveland Browns and how he's going to be able to play, Clowney is the ultimate support player. That's his job. Make it easier for everybody else. He'll be playing opposites of Myles Garrett, essentially freeing up Myles Garrett from less double teams, which will in turn allow him to get more sacks, more pressure on the quarterback. In the run game, this is where Clowney dominates. He's able to step through, find those gaps, and he's able to use his agility sideline to sideline to get those running backs. He's a very successful run-stopping defensive end, something that we don't give applause to enough because everybody wants their edge rushers to be sack artists, when unfortunately the game is twofold, and sometimes players just don't have everything. They got one tool, and he does it really well in the run game. Essentially, because of his raw athleticism, his technical ability to maneuver around the right tackle, left tackle, pull inside to the guards, he just frees up so much space for everybody else to move into that backfield so much easier. Now, when we look at 2020, it was kind of a disappointment because he was injured and everything, but we can kind of see when he was playing with nose tackle, Jeffrey Simmons, the Tennessee Titans, that the impact that Clowney had on Simmons' game while he was on and off the field was tenfold. When he was on the field, Simmons looked like a monster up that middle. It's because he was able to get freed up inside the line where he can penetrate and push through and kind of bully those offensive linemen. That's all because of Clowney and the way he plays. But that's where we're at. Clowney staying healthy will make this Cleveland Browns team go from a wildcard team to a division winning team to a potential AFC championship contending team that can constantly get back there and push the Chiefs and the Bills and the Ravens and the Titans. So let's talk about his impact. Personally, I think what's going to happen is Jadaveon Clowney's impact is going to be so major in his first year that Myles Garrett's going to win Defensive Player of the Year, potentially breaking his own personal best sack record by 3 or 4, almost getting close to that 20 range, potentially, all because of Clowney freeing him up on the outside. We're going to see the defensive backs get more interceptions. I feel like Cleveland is going to be in the top 10 for turnovers, sacks, rushing yards allowed. They'll be in the bottom 10 for yards that they even allow, or top 10, I guess, because it's a weird way to phrase it. But I think because of Clowney, if he plays 13 games of the 17-game season, that we're going to see their sack numbers increase, their interception numbers increase, and we're going to see the yards they allow on the ground decrease, all because of one guy. He's just a great support character. He might not be the main guy in the movie, but he's the supporting actor that's still going to come away with the Grammy at the end of the year because people are actually taking notice and paying attention to him. So if his play continues to be at a top level, almost elite level, and the Browns move far into the playoffs, he's going to want to stay for a winner. Come back around next offseason, they give him a little bit more cash. There's no reason he won't stay. For me, simple. I think he's going to get about 6 sacks this year, probably around 40 tackles, probably going to have double-digit tackle for losses, what I'm really expecting, and a good amount of quarterback pressures. If Clowney can stay healthy relatively this season, I think it makes the Browns one of the favorites in the AFC, probably a top 3 team in the AFC, pushing the Chiefs and the Bills. And that's going to do it for us here on Second and Short. This quick little new additions episode about Jadaveon Clowney going from the Tennessee Titans to the Cleveland Browns. Be sure, like I said, follow us everywhere. Check everything out. Today's Tuesday. This video is dropping. On Thursdays, we got a podcast coming out. Saturdays, we got videos. And guess what? Next week is the NFL week season. It's going to start. We're going to drop content every day on YouTube as well as on TikTok. Thanks for listening, guys. See you in the next video.